Yes. Sorry.
We don't just make this stuff up, you know. You were lost, weren't you? You were lost in a sea of Jamesons.
A sea of Jamesons.
I've been lost in a sea of Jamesons once or twice. But that's a different story.
Jack, for me. Jack and Jamesons.
Jack Jamerson.
Jack Jamerson.
Jack Johnson.
That was sounding, oh yeah.
Jack of Astorius.
Jack,
Bruce.
Jack.
Jack the Ripper.
Jack.
Oh, tough.
Nicholson.
Thanks, Charles, for that. Lovely. Right, so, hello and welcome to All About the Bass. I'm Nathan.
I'm Lee.
But today, you're not Lee.
Oh, no, don't. No, don't.
No, don't even think about that.
No,
don't even go there.
Don't.
All right then. So what are we doing today?
Well, hopefully, all you lovely people out there would have recognised that bass line or my horrible version of it. But
it was nice, man. I liked it.
Yeah,
very nice.
Nothing like the man himself. So we thought, try and sound like James Jamerson. What does it take? What sort of gear do you need?
How much do you have to spend?
How much you have to spend?
Can you do it on the cheap?
Yeah, this is it. So yeah, if there's a way, we're going to give that a go. But we thought we'd start with James because it's James Jamerson.
Yeah, well, so maybe not everybody knows who James Jamerson is.
Strap in.
So
there's a lot to learn.
Well, there is, yeah. Tell them about James Jamerson.
Okay, so he was part of the Funk Brothers, the Motown, like the
house band.
The house band at Motown Records.
Yeah.
And he is responsible for recording 90%, 95% of something stuff that came through. Shh. What was that? Oh, we've fallen off.
Don't mention that.
Don't worry about that. We'll talk about that later. I've dropped one. So yeah, through the 60s and 70s, amazing, funk, soul, Motown session player.
He was on a tremendous amount of #1 records, like sort of 30 #1 sort of worldwide records. It's incredible.
I think it's 30 Billboard #1s,
Yeah.
but then the R&B #1s, I think like 70.
Yeah.
It's absolutely nuts. And coming from a double bass background, so he was around with the time where the first electric bass was brought in from Fender with a P bass.
Yeah.
And that's what he started using. So we've got a couple of here.
And he brings a lot of that over, I think, from the sort of upright bass to the way he plays the precision. And we'll talk about that and a little bit. Primarily because he just used one finger, right?
That's amazing. Yeah. I was trying my best, but I was straight into using my two, and how does he do that?
I don't know, because he was so agile with it. When you listen to some of his bass lines, this is the other great thing about James, is he was kind of a pioneer on the electric bass front.
Yeah.
Because before that, people were just playing very simple stuff.
Yeah, and root fifth and all very straight.
And James Jamerson sort of came along and started playing these lovely sort of fluid bass lines, which hadn't really been done before.
No. It's like let bass players out of the box a bit and get a little bit of syncopation and
it's his fault.
It's his fault. We're doing what we're doing. This is it. All that syncopation and actually moving around the chord instead of just sticking to your root and fifth. You opened it up for everyone to start doing what you want, really.
And I think it influenced an awful lot of people too.
Oh man, yeah. You look through the list. You think from that time onwards, it's just everyone credits. I think James Jamerson style as having some sort of influence through your bass career. So you've got to take something.
Yeah. So do yourself a favour, go and check out James Jamerson and what he's done.
Yes.
Because it's amazing. The guy is seriously amazing.
Absolutely.
So today we're going to have a look at this is the bass that he used. Don't lift it up.
Oh.
Come on, just lift it up a little bit.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Like that.
This is it. Well, I'll explain this in a minute. Right, lift it up now.
Lift it up now. Right, so look at that. Right, so
nothing wrong with that.
We've chosen. I mean, we got.
Don't wave it around too much.
No,
Just keep still.
Keep still, and we'll be all right. It's like T-Rex.
So, we've got a couple of different basses actually. I'll grab this one. Look, because he started off, didn't he, with
a 57 original P bass,
which would have been like this.
So this is the American American original 50s P bass. So the latest incarnation of their vintage series.
Okay, but a replica.
A replica of. Yeah. So I don't know if his looked exactly like this on the 50s, but this one that he had was stolen in the late 50s.
Okay.
So he had to get another one, and he found a 1962 jazz, a precision bass.
I beg your pardon.
Sorry.
62 or 63 was it?
62, 60. I thought it was 62.
All right.
Whatever, around that sort of
time.
But it was exactly like this.
And they'd introduced at that point a Rosewood neck, right? I guess that was
right.
the main difference
59, they started putting Rosewood boards on everything, so Strats as well, and Tellys, I think.
Okay.
But yeah, so we went to the Rosewood board. He got one in the 3-tone sunburst. So this is an original 60s that's brand new out. We're just trying to use all the gadgets and gizmos possible to try and get his unique sound, which came a lot from the mute that's under this bridge that I'm not going to touch, because we didn't want to screw it into the body, because some lovely person out there may want this bass. So we put some blue tack on it instead. So
we're a class act.
Yeah, we didn't want to
basically this bass is held together with blue tack. So these bits, right? When you buy this bass, these bits come with it. But you know, if you want to put them on, you've got to screw them in yourself. Because I guess a lot of people said, because they used to come with them fitted, and I would imagine a lot of people said, yeah, but I don't want all that stuff, and then they had to take them off, and there were screw holes in there, right? So Fender went, all right, fine, have it your way, we won't put them on.
Screw it yourself.
To blue tack it on yourself. So there we go. Screw you, exactly.
You.
So here we are, all covered in blue tack. But anyway, visually you get the idea.
This is it, you know.
Don't look too closely, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
And don't turn it upside down.
Absolutely do not.
No problems. But yeah, so under this, I'm going to destroy the illusion. See, under the bridge, they had a bit of foam. See that? But a foam rubber.
So this one actually does something, because this has got your your foam that deadens the strings at the bridge.
It mutes it, right?
Mutes it out, so you get that nice kind of cut to the sound.
Yeah.
This doesn't do anything.
No, it just gets in the way.
It just gets in the way.
But he kept it on, right?
He did.
And I believe he rested like his third and fourth fingers.
He said third
on.
and fourth.
I think you're watching this. It's down here. He's got his fingers down here, and then he's just kind of like.
And then the hook.
Yeah.
So they call it the hook.
Yeah. Dr.
The
Hook.
claw. What was that from? Anyway.
So so it used to come with all this hardware on it, you know, and so James played it with this on.
Just to help his balance with his
And of course, this plays a big part in the sound, because because you can't play here over the pickup and rest your fingers on it, so you've got to kind of play in front of it.
Yeah.
And that's going to give you a woodier. Yeah, you could play back there, but he didn't.
No.
So it's going to give you a woodier, sort of.
Overall tone.
A fatter tone, right?
You think that with the mute as well, just that combined, like part of his, and obviously his technique from double bass gives him a certain attack, certain way of actually playing the instrument.
Yep.
But also, I mean, we look through. Oh, right, as you see, we should probably talk about the amp. I've put this through the new Mesa Subway D800 Plus. Just because this is on the other side of it. So this is, if you're thinking without a budget, look, I want to go for it.
Yeah.
These are roughly about 1800 for a bass, just to get as close as possible without buying an original 62, which will set you back a lot more. And this little stack, I mean, you're looking, say, about £1,000, £1,100 for the head, £1,000 for the cabs, roughly each as well.
That's up there, isn't it?
But I mean, they're decent. They're decent. This is 115 as well, which was his preferred amp, apparently, in smaller gigs and little studio sessions.
Well, this is another interesting thing. So, on live dates, he would have, on smaller club dates, I think he used an Ampex B15.
B15, yeah.
And then he used a different amp on larger gigs. But in the studio, they actually DI'd. They had this they had a custom-made thing in the Motown studio, where everybody could just plug straight in.
Yeah.
And that, of course, these days is par for the course. But in those days, I think it was quite a new thing. Don't say nothing. Say nothing.
Nothing happened.
Quite a new thing. Those days, I think it was quite a new thing. And so that's how he got the sound in the studio.
Yeah.
So the amp's kind of by the by, really. If you want to sound like James Jamerson, most of it's down to the bass.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then the amp can be whatever.
That's it. But you say you want to go to town. This has got a lot of power. 115, which is he preferred. We thought we'd get pretty close with these amps. We do have some other options to show you on a budget. We'll have a look at that later. But another
important thing. Let's leave it, Alf.
Yeah.
I had so many important things to mention. That you play with flat wound strings.
Oh, how could I forget? We've been restringing this. Yeah.
So listen, no expense spent. We have blown the budget and we've opened a packet of flat wound strings.
Courtesy of Rotor Sound.
Don't tell Lee Anderton, he'll go nuts. So to make it authentic, we put flat wounds because that's what he used to use, right?
That's what he used to use, and
imagine
he never replaced them, did he?
No, well, apparently not. Unless one broke, he never changed them. So his must have been like the dullest things in the entire
must have
universe.
been manky.
Yeah,
manky as anything.
But he said that's what they go with the funk.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
more funk.
Apparently, he also engraved funk in the bottom of the bass with a pen.
It was just underneath the heel, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The funk machine, ladies and gentlemen.
So there we go.
Jameson's funk machine.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that's your authentic one.
This is it. Yeah, I tell you what. Let's. I'm going to swap to a bass behind me. Actually, should we just play a little bit more just through that? Let's hear some tone.
Some tone? Well, yeah, it's a P bass, so this won't take long.
It's a P, and say James Jamerson stick to one real sound, and EQ wise on his amp, it was always bass on full, treble on half. So there was no other EQ. That was it. So
let's check out his tones.
Let's check out his tone.
And he had the bass full up.
Bass full up, tone full up.
And played it there.
Played it here with one finger.
Yeah, go on then. That's it. That's what it sounded like. That's your tones right there. You don't need to know anything else.
Yeah. So this mute is really doing something. So with this, that extra kind of gating on the notes, obviously, takes it off a little bit sooner. Especially that. Oh yeah. Right, one finger, ready?
That's tough, isn't it?
It's really tough. It is really tough.
So there you go.
But he's a legend, isn't he?
He's a leg end.
He's a leg end. He
was. So, shall we look at a cheaper option then?
Yeah, let's do it.
And now, so the cheaper one is the Squire.
Yeah.
Vintage modified, right?
That's right.
So obviously looking the same.
It is, and actually, do you know what? I think the strings that we just put on, the flat wound strings, 35 quid a set. 35 quid a set. Well, that's pretty reasonable actually for flat wounds.
Lee's passed out now. Right.
But I think we should just take 2 seconds of your lovely time. We'll speed this up, and I think we should put these on this.
Right.
Yes.
Let's recycle those strings.
Recycle them.
We'll be right back.
See you in a minute.
Don't go changing. Look. This is the budget option. So this is the Squire.
Squire vintage modified PJ bass.
Right.
So this does have a jazz bass pickup in it. But I've turned it off.
Hey!
So forget about that.
Yeah.
These are the bits that come with the American original.
Yeah. We stuck those on for a laugh.
That's just doing nothing. But covering the pickup. This has got a mute under it, but with the blue tack, it's not really muting anything, so it's just for a look. So,
it is, just so you get the idea. But it's because you can buy these bits, right? I'm sure you can buy them and add them on.
Yeah, there's some good spares places that you can get Fender official parts from.
Yeah, Google it.
But so the bass on its own, you're looking around 300, just over £300.
Oh, well, that's pretty reasonable, eh?
Absolutely, yeah. I think, just to be precise, 328.
Well, that's forget it. I'm not spending a penny over 300.
Not over 300.
328, okay.
And then we've got a Fender Rumble 100. So powerful but lightweight, but these days do a really, really good vintage tone on them. So you've got the vintage switch that just brings a little bit more of the treble out, and you've got a bit more warmth that comes through.
Right.
So I've put that on, and we've got bass up full, like James liked, and we've got treble on half.
Okay.
So exactly like the other one was. I mean, this one we did have just other frequencies set to 12, just in case you're interested. On the same on this as well. Halfway.
Not 12, as in like 2 more than 10.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, halfway.
Even Spinal Tap's amps didn't go up to 12.
That's true. That's true. One day.
Right. So should we give them a little taste of it? What it sounds like?
Yeah, too right.
That's enough from you. Well, I thought that sounded very nice and authentic.
It does sound really good.
Yeah.
And as I said, these don't actually do anything apart from make a noise when you tap it.
Yeah.
And so not using the jazz pickup, one front pickup on, tone on full as well.
Flat wounds.
Flat wounds, which will be another 35 quid. But you think actually 320 quid for the bass. These.
But also 35 quid, and you never have to buy another set of strings ever again.
No, you follow Jamerson's way.
Yeah.
Don't replace them until they break.
So it's a small price to pay.
Too right. And they've got that dead sound already, and you're just going to lose more and more of that. And if that's your thing, it definitely was his. So So if you like that, just keep making them gunky.
I say that every day. Fabulous. All right, well there you go. So that's how you sound like James Jamerson.
This is it.
Either spending like a tremendous amount of money. It's not actually, that bass isn't that expensive, is it? The American one's pretty reasonable.
What you think, if you want to track down a 1962, 1963
what is that
original
going to cost?
It's like £7,000, 7 or 8 grand. Like a decent one in good nick.
At least I would have thought, yeah.
Yeah, that's it. And an Ampeg B15, well, just forget about it. They're so rare. I think about 5 grand second hand if you can find this one little amp, 115. But that's the way. But so we put it through this. Another way we were going to talk about was the Kemper. Obviously, having something again, if you're not on a budget, obviously you've got B15 amp profiles there ready to go.
Oh well, that's true.
So that is another way to do it if you want to get even closer to his sound. But yeah, so you're looking about 600, 650 maximum. With the strings about 700 quid on a budget. You can get a James sound, or a little bit more, closer to 3 grand, and you want to go the full hog, 3 grand and 35 quid if you want the strings as well.
Yeah, if you want it's like a single Jameson's or a large Jameson's.
Yes, I like it.
Going back to my Jameson's metaphors. Right, good, excellent.
Love it.
Well, that's been very informative.
Well, it's been fun. It's like, we've seen a lot of comments going on in all the videos. Everyone's you want to get a bit of a vibe of how you can sound like some of your favourite bass players. We thought we'd start here because he's everything.
Well, he's the governor. But I think we should look at some more, eh? What do you think?
Oh man, there's loads, there's tons we can do. So
yeah, if people have got any ideas, you leave us some comments. If you want to do kind of sound, try to sound like somebody.
Yeah.
Then we'll do our best.
Too right.
Yes, because sometimes All About the Bass is very funny and sometimes it's very boring. But the one thing you can be sure of, it's never very accurate. So and we try to maintain that 100%. Anyway, this has been All About the Bass. I've been Nathan.
And I've been Lee.
I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, come and join us again next time. And great, we'll see you soon.
See you on the other side.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching the Andertons Guitar YouTube channel. If you're a drummer or a keyboard player or interested in music technology, you might find one of our other channels interesting, and I'll put details of those in the description below. If you want to find out more about the products we've just featured, please click here. If you'd like to buy a t-shirt like this, please click here. If you want to watch another video on our guitar channel, click down here. And to subscribe to our guitar channel, click here. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.